Hi, my name is Larissa Mulder, and I was part of the team that went down to Soyaponga, El Salvador from Bethel Presbyterian Church. I wanted to take a little bit of time to share about my experiences down there. I've been on a fair few number of mission trips over the years, and usually on every trip that I go on, there is a moment that I call the heartbreak moment, where the reality of the difference between my own lived experience and the experiences of the people that I'm working with is made so apparent that the Holy Spirit just comes in and sits down and says, "This is what I've put on your heart. This is what I want you to take with you." I had a moment like that when we were down in El Salvador doing work to help build beds for the local kids. Our church was blessed to be able to fund the materials for 4 different beds, and we delivered them to the local families. The joy on these kids' faces when we delivered fully made beds with their names on it for them was something I don't think I have ever encountered before. One girl even kept coming back while we were working every half hour or so to see if her bed was done yet, to ask if we were close, to get just another glimpse at it. When we delivered these beds to these families, we realized these kids were sleeping on old mattresses and usually sharing with numerous siblings. It seems like something so small, it's just a bed, but for these kids it was a way to move up in the world. It was something exciting that they could claim as their own, that had their name on it, and felt them feel like their home was a little bit more warm. When we went to the second center up on the volcano, we were told about how this project started. The bed making project is called Project Esmeralda, and it's named after a little girl who attended one of the centers, Esmeralda, who was unfortunately given a cancer diagnosis. She talked with the director and the teachers at the centers and told them that all she really wanted was a bed that she could call her own. The centers rallied together to find the funds and the materials, and they were able to make and give her this bed before she passed. When we were told this story, that was the moment that I felt my heart break at some of the realities that we were encountering. Kids with cancer, no matter where they are in the world, are tragic stories to hear, full of grief and sorrow and heartbreak. But usually in the United States, when we are told of these stories, we hear of how these kids were part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation and managed to go to Disney World or to meet with someone famous like John Cena. They have their basic needs met, so they can dream these dreams of seeing someone famous or going to the most magical place on earth. This little girl, Esmeralda, in El Salvador, the biggest she could dream was to just have her own bed. And I sat with that for a while, thinking about what that meant, if I could even begin to grasp what that life must be like. And I felt the Holy Spirit sitting with me saying, "This is why I've called you here. This is the story that I want you to wrestle with. These are the places where I want you to see the need and to realize why the work that you do is good work." We were very intentional about trying to invest in those kids' lives and produce the highest quality of beds and love and care that we could for the short time that we were there. But the story of Esmeralda and the work that we did there is something that I will continue to carry with myself as I go through life in the States and on future mission trips. And it's something that I'll hold very close as I think about the work that I can do that the Lord has called me to do, and the ways in which I can use the time, the love, the resources that I have to bless those who need to be blessed in those ways. Thank you for listening.